On our opening feature for today, we're going to pay tribute to the thousands upon thousands of workers, not only here at Hastings Racecourse, but at any racetrack in North America. They are the caretakers of the horses, and they are simply known as the grooms. To do this, we decided we would profile one particular groom, and that would be Dale Price, who was a person that truly loved the job that he did, and that was looking after his horses. Recently we got the news that Dale passed away, and this is our tribute to not only to Dale, but also to all the grooms in the backstretch at any racetrack. This is Dale's story.
I did a couple little jobs during my life, and I hated every minute of it. This is what I've always wanted to do since probably the first day my grandfather ever took me to the races. I'd go and spend the weekends with him, and he'd take me down to the races. You have to have a certain kind of personality to, to do it. I just couldn't really do a 9 to 5 because you can't put your heart into it, sort of thing. I couldn't anyway. There was just nothing there for me. It was just, doing this is more of a job. It's more than just a job. It's tough if you're not dedicated to it because there's very little glory and there's very little money, but there's a lot of self-satisfaction, and so it's not tough for me because I love doing it. Some other people that just come around, and they're not used to it and the hours and working 7 days a week, you have to pay your dues, so to speak. A lot of people just don't like that. You get kicked a lot, you get bit a lot. You can get I've had my shoulders dislocated 8 or 9 times from horses falling on you.
Grooms don't get recognized. Is that
correct? They
correct?
get recognized on the backside, with the horsemen and the trainers and that. But a lot of the frontline stuff, no, they don't. But, not major sports, there's lots of other, people involved with the athletes and everything else, too, that are crucial to them competing, at the level that they do that you never hear about. Grooms are just pretty much the same way. It's like I said, it's about the horse with us. It's not about the fame and the money and everything else. It's about the health and the welfare and the love of the horse.
Makes my job a lot easier when you got good grooms like Dale. I don't know. I feel sorry for some of the people with the big stables and they got to fight for grooms because they're a hard job. 7 days a week, and you're up at 5 in the morning and you get every other afternoon off, but it's a demanding job when you're going 7 days a week, and people can go and work for McDonald's and work 5 days a week.
And there's a lot of frustration involved in it when the horses do go sore, and the trainers they're put under pressure because they got to run or they want to run, and you're put under pressure because the horse is going sore, and they hide so much pain. The better they are, the more they do that. They'll run over broken glass for you if you keep them happy. So sometimes it builds up like that, and some people, if they they want to run and they don't want to see something, they're not going to see it. So needless to say, they're not going to listen to anybody, and and then everything goes bad and finger pointing starts and stuff. At least where I work, there's no finger pointing, and you just take it in stride and go on. In the health and welfare of the horse, we're very important. The management part, the trainers are very important in the management part in that, but the day-to-day care and the happiness of the horse, we're probably more important. A good groom and a good horseman, they can go into the stall right off the bat and know something's wrong, but you have to find it. Sometimes it's hidden way deep. Sometimes it's from a past experience that they're not comfortable with or whatever. It's just got to keep looking. Sometimes you have to go to the head. But she's coming around.
You obviously would have made a decent trainer. Why never not pursue it, or have you?
Well, I did, but I got a couple owners, and they were small time, and they wanted you had to win stake races with horses they paid $1,500 for, and another one that I got to train, he'd never run on the board in 3 years, and I got a third out of him, and then he got barred because he was a flipper, and I never got paid. So it was just, that part of the thing, it just didn't appeal to me. You have to have good owners. Understanding, they're in it for the love of the sport, and they know it's tough to make a dollar, and they'll listen, If the trainer says this, they'll listen and go with it instead. Some owners, they get into the game and they're in for a year and they read a couple books and they're experts. And you know what happens when you start thinking that you know everything and you're an expert, you know. I've been lucky and had a lot of good owners, you know, over the years. Far more good ones than bad ones, anyways. The owners and the trainers, they, you know, they have a lot of money invested and a lot of time invested in the horses, so naturally they want the people that they're most comfortable with because they can't be around them all the time. And the groom, they're around them more than the trainer is on a, you know, a day-to-day basis sort of thing. So a good groom is a good groom. He's sought after because it makes the trainer's job, you know, that much more comfortable, that much more easy. I loved it all my life, which is I've never wanted to do anything else. So I can't understand, you know, anybody that doesn't want to.